Hi, Tyler the Wizard here. You're dying. You know that, right? You're sitting here like planning what you're going to do in the future and how to live and what happens if the whole world falls apart. You're going to die. Your 5-year plan, whoop-bam, there's an Uber accident. You got a vision board. Oh, I'm going to manifest my future. Did you manifest getting, I don't know, eaten by a tiger? Which, by the way, happens at a surprisingly high number. You should look up the stats on that. You're sitting here and you're like, I need to make sure that I look good. I want to make sure that the world is changed because of me. And I want my vision to happen. Okay. And then what? I'll tell you what, you die. So like, what are you doing? You're like chasing these people. You're on Instagram, scroll. Oh, I want to be like this person today. And then you chase after it for a week and you're like, oh man, this is hard. And then you just give up. Oh, maybe this guru, he's going to change my life. Oh, maybe this one's going to do it. And then you're 85 and you die of a heart attack. That's your life. And by the way, this isn't just a wizard on the internet saying it. It is. But this is like Seneca. Like, he was diagnosing you thousands of years ago, and he actually knew a thing or two. I just read smart people because I don't got much going on up here. I'm kooky. But there is a clock ticking away, tick, tick, tick. And I'm going to make you hear it because I'm going to be getting inside your mind and tweaking it a little bit. If you're not into that, scroll by now. Still here? All right, here we go. You have 6 months to live. I know it's crazy, but I'm a wizard. I actually can see into the future, and I know everything. And yes, I mean you, specifically you, watching this video right now. So what are you going to do? Yeah, you're not going to get those dreams. You don't have the time. Yeah. All that thing about money and status and fortune, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, man. There's nothing they can do. It's in the crystal ball. I looked. And that thing is like 33% reliable. So what are you going to do? Well, while you think about that, I want you to consider Harvard conducted the single longest study on happiness in human history. It was 80 years long. And they wanted to see what people regretted the most in their life. At their deathbeds, like you are right now, 6 months. And you know what? They didn't regret their failures. They didn't regret taking risk. The thing that they regretted the most was not doing the things they wanted to do. It was the things they didn't start because they spent so much time worrying about what other people would think. Oh, if I took this risk, I'd lose everything. And now, here we are. 6 months. Tick, tick, tick. And guess what happened to all of them? They died. Like you're going to. You're going to die. And so the greatest risk actually isn't death. That's going to happen to you. So the real danger is not taking risk before death. Bet you wish you had known that before you had 6 months. And Seneca was writing this thing down thousands of years ago. How late it is to begin to live when we have just but ceased to live. That is what some rich guy was writing to Seneca because he had all this wealth because his dad convinced him that it was important to go for status, fame, accolade. He could change the world. I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to wave my sign. And then he was sick and dying. And he didn't have any fun. He lived a long, long life, and he didn't live a moment of it. He died before he died. When did you die? I wonder if you can be resurrected. I know a guy. You should check him out. So come in here with me in this little fun world I've made up for us. Now that you know you got 6 months, what are you going to do? Are you going to go buy a course? Are you going to go sign up for a guru? Like learn about the same stuff you probably already heard in a different way? Or has something else come to mind? Is there something deep down inside you right now welling up? Something that you've been pushing down for so long? Because that's ridiculous. That's just for me. That's selfish. That's dumb. It's childish. What is it? Come on, man. You got 6 months left. Live a little. Not for anyone else. Not against anyone else. Just for you. Because you're not making a dent in this universe. 10,000 years is going to go by, and we won't even remember the dirt that you were buried in. It'll be covered in a new layer by then. Like, that's how little you and I matter. So what are you going to do for you? That rich guy who was talking to Seneca died with this perfect plan for his life, and he followed it to a T. He was the head of everything, man. And he died not living a moment, which means you can be greater than the kings if you can just let that feeling you already felt grow and transform into action. And you can be like the people in that 80-year study that had the highest amounts of happiness. The ones who didn't sit around coming up with plans and excuses and reasons and diagnoses for why they couldn't do it because it has to be safe. The ones that said, screw the safe, screw the normal, screw the routine, I'm going to be me. And they did it. So coming back to that question, 6 months left to live. What are you going to do? Now you need to stop pretending it's going to be over in 6 months because I just checked my crystal ball. It turns out it wasn't very accurate. But you do need to realize you're not going to live forever. You're going to die. You keep living like you're going to live forever because you're an immortal soul and your soul is doing that. But while you're here, this is temporary. That's why you're living your whole life wrong. You just got to make that shift, man. You're a soul in a body that thinks it's a body because a bunch of flashing screens told you you're just a body. But the soul is still in there and it's immortal. And it's just messing you up while you're down here. So tonight, when you lay down, instead of thinking about what your life's going to be like in 5 years, I want you to consider what would be actually living your life that you could do in the next 3 months. That's enough time. That's enough to gather up a sizable amount of cash. You could get $500 to $1,000 put together, put aside off the top of your paychecks, put it over to the side, and you could do something real. You could do something big. You could pile it all up and light it on fire. Whatever it is, just make sure that it's you who's doing it and not something someone else sold you. I want to hear what you're going to do in the comments below. Or you could DM me on Instagram. I like that too.